Hey, I'm Allison with FlickDirect, and I'm here with Zev Bennett to talk about Ciao House. How are you, sir?
What's up? I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm in hot and sunny Florida right now.
Oh, I'm in a tent outside in Miami, and inside of this tent, I have an oven, three
Ooh,
ovens, two deep fryers, a flat top, a grill, and a very sad air conditioning system.
you win. I'm not even gonna try.
That's why I'm wearing this silly outfit.
It's all right. You can wear whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm cosplay in the kitchen.
So tell me why you wanted to do another chef competition show.
So before Chow House, I did an episode of Chopped and I did an episode of Beat Bobby Flay, and I really had an amazing time competing. I did feel like I felt like I was, I'm not going to say robbed, because on Chopped, I definitely messed up in the second round. Beat Bobby Flay, the first round did not make any sense.
Oh.
And I felt like to really show my food. So I was really interested in an arc, in like a full series where I'd be able to really display what I do and who I am. And Chow House was set in Italy over Italian cuisine, which I was unfamiliar with. So it got to add, it added this really cool element of like, I probably know the least in this cast right now. Let's see if I can, like outdo them.
I read online, it said, is this show really meant for the best chefs, or is it more like a survivor type thing where you have to strategize, almost like you're playing chess? What do you think of that question?
Yeah, so I think that's a fan that's like a fan fantasy. I saw a lot of stuff online about how like the judging doesn't make any sense. The judges should judge. And I actually just did a video about how the judges don't witness the cook. In a normal cooking show, the judges watch and each competitor cooks one dish and the judges see everything they do. And then when they taste the dish, they know this came from that person. It's either good or bad. But in this case, the judges taste the food and they know which team won. They don't know what happened in the kitchen. They don't know. So there
Um,
is that element of us voting each other out, but we're voting each other out because someone messed up in a cook. Like, they're obviously the guys were best friends, and it made it seem like it was guys against girls. It was not guys against girls. The girls voted each other out
oh.
voraciously. Like we just kind of were best friends and cooked our hearts out and stood back and watched. There was no strategizing. There was no whatever. Like if you got lucky and you weren't cooking well, but your team won, you were lucky. The
Yeah.
social strategy you saw, there were chefs who clearly them and I did not get along,
Mhm.
and we cooked fine together. I picked them on my team. They picked me on their team. Like that. That's that's not true.
Okay.
Like they make it seem like there's a social aspect to it, but
But not so
not
much. Well,
really.
thank you
A
for
lot of people
clearing that
hated
up.
me. A lot of people hated me, but when I was in the kitchen, they didn't hate me.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
social whatever.
And how did that aspect of living together add to the competition?
So, we don't talk about what happened off camera or
Oh,
or what was not edited into the show.
okay.
But obviously, a lot of the relationships that you see on the show in judging it and me calling people out in like snippy little attitudes and stuff, that doesn't all come from what happens in the 45-minute or hour cook. That's like compounded of us like being in each other's faces and living together. And that was rough. I was lucky. Me and the boys are all best friends, and we shared a room. Guys, shut up! I'm doing an interview. We shared a room. We shared a room, and we were best friends. I honestly, I was never in the common room. Like the talent team let me keep my Nintendo Switch, because I'm on the spectrum and I needed it.
Got it.
And I just chilled in my room and played video games. I didn't really interact with them, but it was very intense to live with. Chefs are colorful personalities. You know, it's a
Yeah.
lot of personality packed into a villa.
I want to ask you a question about growing up and how that shaped your relationship with food, because you grew up in a kosher home. And actually, I did as well, although kind of fairly lenient kosher home, if there is such a thing. So, how did that relate? How did that form your relationship with food and now cooking as a professional chef?
So, part of being on the spectrum was when I was a child, I didn't have any friends and I was really into books. So
Hmm.
I'd live at the library, I'd go through everything. But I was really into my mom's cookbooks and magazines because she kept kosher and only made kosher. But she had Cooking Light and Williams Sonoma and Emerald and you know all the cookbooks and magazines in the world. So I'd read them and I just fantasize. I'd look at the
Oh.
pictures of shrimp and lobsters and pork and I just fantasize and like swear that one day, like one day I'm gonna get out of here and one day I'm gonna do all this. And uh, you know, I think I have a rebellious nature in general,
Okay.
and that definitely helped fuel it because I'd get kicked out of school. You know, I'd eat dinner and then basically have to go to my room as a punishment. And at
Oh.
like 1 in the morning, I'd sneak out of my room and I'd go down to the kitchen and I opened Jackie's Pippin's cookbook and I tried to make puff pastry and I was 8 years old. So
Wow.
you know, I tried to make puff pastry because the recipe after it was sweetbread stuffed in pastry.
Uh,
And I was like 8 years old, and I was like, where am I going to get my hands on a pancreas? Like, you know?
well, thank you. Thank you for your time today. It was
Yeah.